welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and it's Saturday, which means it is time for my weekly roundup. Yeah, there you go, Sherry. I remembered to sing it this week. I realized, or I was informed last week that I forgot to sing, and I indeed forgot to sing. So, weekly roundup is basically the day we go through my week in crafting. We talk about my WIPs, works in progress, and FOs, finished objects. We also tend to talk about the book I'm reading, and because it is Advent time, we need to open the next day of my Ginger Snap Advent calendar. So, we are 14. What are you doing over here, 14? You should be over here. Okay, we are on day 7. It's probably because I keep picking it up and shuffling it. So, day 7 of our Ginger Snap Advent calendar. Remember, this is known for the holidays, so these are minis, but they came with a gnome pattern and the intent, and a bunch of cute little accessories. The intent is that you make the gnome or the snowman pattern with them. But it is yarn and you can use it as you please. So I'm going to wait, open it all, and then decide. I kind of feel like maybe making at least one gnome and one snowman is a good idea to commemorate this Advent, and then use the rest for something else. 1, 2, 3, black! So, this is this is perfect hand-dyed black. Like Shannon from Another Yarn was saying, you don't think about black when you think about the hand-dyed yarns. But like I said, there's a snowman pattern, and what would be more perfect for a little snowman's top hat than a hank of black? I like it. It's good. I mean, there's not much to say about black. It's black. But it definitely, in this circumstance, has a very defined use, and I appreciate it, and I think it's beautiful. It's a beautifully dyed black. Black, I imagine, must be hard to do as a professional hand indie dye, or whatever you want to call them, because it's so... to get it so perfectly saturated, I think it must be difficult. So I'm impressed. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into my finished objects. I'm going to show you 2. So, for me personally, we're talking socks. A single sock I celebrate as a finished object. But for my car project socks, which are the holiday Christmas socks that little Miss Bingo requested this year for Christmas, I don't show them because they live in my car until the pair is complete, because I don't want to lose them. But I know you're all saying, well, this must be going somewhere very obvious. It is. Oh, I just broke my nail while I'm picking at my nail here. We did go to Bingo's little winter recital today. It was adorable. We went to, so it's a very informal winter celebration, and we were in the 3rd show, which had the Tiny Tots as well as Bingo's class, and one class above, and then at the end all of the classroom assistants did a dance, so we got to see the big girl dancers. So we got to see the little 3-year-olds do their little you know, barely in rhythm, barely following the 2 instructors on either side showing them the dances. But it was so cute. It was so adorable. The kids were so brave to do it. Oh, it was a great time. Chomps, we let Chomps buy Bingo a bouquet of flowers, and he was so excited, and he got to give it to her. It was a good time had by all. But anyway, Brian's socks are done. And they're actually not bad cousins. I mean, look at that. They're pretty nicely striped. I got very afraid. So they're not quite perfect, but they are pretty darn good. This is probably the closest to an actual matching pair of socks I have ever had. Brian has tried them on. They look ginormous. They are a little loose, but I am prepared for these socks to shrink a little bit upon washing. So there we go. He loves them. They're not that loose. They are just a skosh loose. So I was worried because he's been having some swelling issues related to some new medication. And so I know a lot of men's socks knit to 72 stitches around. I did 76 stitches around just to give a little extra. I think the next pair I make for him, I will make to the 72. But it's good. It's great. They're done. And now all I have left are my own socks, which I like shorty socks. I have abnormally small feet for my height. So I should be able to finish them by Christmas for myself. But those are the finished objects I have. I realized last week I forgot to show you, I have been working on Bingo's granny square dress. So I have 3 more granny squares. And funny story, so this yarn is left over from that Unicorn Utopia blanket that Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction and I made for each other. And I had so much left over. This blue is what I've used for the whole background of her blanket. I had tons of it left over. I just ran out. I need 7 more granny squares and I just ran out of that blue. So I did run over to Premier because this is Premier Basics, and I bought, I actually paid for shipping, guys. This is how responsible I was with my order, because you can order up to $70 or $75 and get free shipping, and I was gonna do that, but I was just adding like the gigantic just yarns to my cart to get to that price. I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to be bulking up the collection right now. And that's all I'm doing, because all I need is this. And to be safe, I threw one of the purples in the cart too. So I just bought 1 skein of each of those. So they're coming, but I can't progress any further. I guess I can do the white around these and join them, but I did attach the second tier to the skirt, and I've already done the white to extend it to the stitches I need. She wanted a long skirt. She wanted more than 3 tiers in the skirt, and we compromised at 3 tiers because I thought that was how much yarn I would have. Turns out I'm wrong. So I guess now that I have more yarn coming, I could probably add a 4th tier if I wanted, but then we're getting to a pretty heavy blanket for a little lady. But there you go. I did keep working on it. And then my 3 granny squares for the next tier. The next tier is going to have 10 granny squares total. What else did I work on? This isn't everything, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But I did continue working, and I'm now about 2/3 done with the body on this blanket, this baby blanket. This is from Creative Grandma. It's called A Touch of Color, and it's basically, the idea is a pop of color with a very neutral background. This one kind of gets lost, but there you go. I'm using some of the umpteen Pound of Loves in Straw as the base color that I got from those mystery bags. And then my off color is Red Heart Bitty Stripes in the colorway Sunset Beach. Yes, Sunset Beach. So there we go. So I think the rest of the body of the blanket is going to use up that Pound of Love, and I'm going to be so excited. So excited. This is the last of kind of the planned baby blankets I had from that little baby blanket excursion. Oh, one of my hairs is caught in the blanket. There you go. What else? Oh, when I finish socks and I have just a little bit, not enough to knit another pair of socks, I add them to my granny square sock blanket. This is the ridiculous blanket I'm making with fingering weight sock yarn and a 2mm crochet hook because apparently I like pain. No, it's because this is going to be a super long-term blanket and I figured there's no way I am going to miss that crochet hook, leaving it in this bag ad nauseum. So I am just making an ever-increasing granny square, and I did get the end of that sock yarn added. So it didn't even make it a full revolution. I added it here, and I did that side, there. Oh, and then I had to go up to make a new round. So there you go. It has been added. It was Mary Maxim Festive Feet, and this colorway I think was something like Candy Cane. Something that I said, huh? But it's really pretty. Very nice striping. This one, the one I made for Bingo had really a weird color section in it. This one had very even stripes. It was very nice. So there you go. It's been added to the fingering weight granny square blanket. Okay, you're probably going to be hearing some whining. I did have to scold the children just then. Yeah. Okay, so what took most of my time? It's fake crying. She's trying to get sympathy after being naughty. So what took most of my time is, if you recall, I started a bunch of sweaters last week, and one for Chomps was using some James C. Brett Marble Chunky. This colorway just had numbers, but I did look because I was curious. I was like, oh, I hope this isn't a discontinued, just in case I lose that Yarn Chicken. I did see the Yarn Barn in Kansas had some of this colorway in stock, and they're calling it Berry. So, Berry, B-E-R-R-Y. But I might finish it, guys. So, I've finished the body, and I'm working on the sleeves. I'm to the point where the sleeves decrease every round. So, cross your fingers. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be tight, but I think I can do it. For the bottom cuff and the neck ribbing here, I dropped down. I'm doing the body in a 6mm crochet hook because this is chunky. It's a 5-weight yarn. I dropped down to a 5mm for that to try to conserve yarn. Normally, if I dropped down, I would only go down to the next smaller crochet hook. So from 6, I would have gone to 5.5. But I thought, let's go a little tighter just in case. Just in case. Okay, so that is all I have for the yarny goodness. I did not do much work on the amigurumi. My Wrap Me Up scarf is my Things We're Making Thursday project now, so I would show that on Thursdays. I worked a little bit on, a little bit on my Fridays with Fred sweater, but you see that on Fridays. And just a little bit on my Hohi Locatelli Spectre sweater. So let's just push forward. We'll look at those another night. I did not really touch Bingo's Grow With Me sweater with the fruit, the Premier Fruit sock yarn. And I didn't touch Brian's new shawl collar sweater from Bod. And like I said, I just really wanted to push forward on this sweater to see if I had enough yarn. Because if I have to order it, fine, I can order it, put in the order, and then wait for it to come, and I can work on other things in the meantime. In other news, so let's switch to books. If you're only here for the yarny goodness, that's all I got for you. Thank you for stopping by. I'd love to hear what you're working on. If you want to talk books, let's talk books for a couple minutes. I finally finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab. I really liked the book. I liked the writing. I thought it was an interesting concept. I did feel as we worked through it, it felt a little repetitive. It was like, okay, we get it. She can't be remembered. Okay, we get it. She slept with guys and they don't remember her in the morning. Okay. 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 So that did get a bit repetitive, but like I said, I enjoyed the writing style. I like that. I hated the ending. I'm not going to give it away in case you haven't read it and you want to read it, but I was ticked at Addie. Come on, Addie. That I don't want to give it away, but it felt like, to me, it felt she was selfish and put someone else in a bad situation as well. Like, things could have been done differently to save feelings, if you know what I mean and you've read it. And I don't know. I thought that was a little harsh. But, okay. I'm sorry. I had to again scold the children. Yeah, they're not playing nicely together. And the tears you hear again are for sympathy. She is not in any sort of trouble. She is not in any harm. She is upset because she got scolded. Okay, this book. I enjoyed it. It's not one I'm going to keep. It's not one I would ever reread, I don't think. So, what I would like to do in the spirit of the holidays, if any of you would like to read this book and you want this copy right here, just comment down below Addie, A-D-D-I-E, and I will draw next Saturday, the next time I do a weekly roundup, and somebody will get that inside the United States. Actually, I don't even know if media mail works international, but yeah, I can send it media mail, super cheap. Media mail takes a little longer, but I think that's okay. We all know the cost of shipping these days. So yeah, if you have an interest in reading it, like I said, I enjoyed it. I felt it was a bit repetitive, and I did not agree with the ending. I was not happy with the ending. So yeah, I'd love to know if you've read it. Were you happy with the ending? Do you think I'm being too harsh on Miss Addie or not? So that meant I had to start a new book. What did I start? I finally started An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. This is, of course, Hank Green of Complexly, of Vlogbrothers, of SciShow, of all the crash courses. It is Hank Green internet phenomenon. I am only on chapter 5 and April May is bugging the heck out of me. So I don't know about this one. Like, I love the Green Brothers. I love everything they do. I love their drive for charity. I love that most of their businesses are basically run as nonprofits. I love the work they're doing with Partners in Health. I love a lot of it. I very much enjoy John Green's writing. I'm not sure I enjoy Hank Green's writing. I'm sorry. It feels like sacrilege. But I do have both. This is a duology. And last year for Christmas, Brian accidentally bought me the second book instead of the first one. So I now have the first one, and I feel, because it was a gift, I feel some need to get to the second one, but Brian will tell me that that is ridiculous and I don't have to do that. But I kind of, out of respect for Hank and my love for his other content, I still want to push through, even though I am at page 53, which is kind of the mark where I would DNF, did not finish a book, or do not finish a book, because I'm not enjoying it. And I think were it any other author, I would be DNFing, but I'm going to keep forging ahead. I feel like this is a book I can finish quickly. It's a nice big typeface with lots of space between the lines. So, see. So, I think I can push through on this one and then push through on the sequel when I get to it. I, of course, like to put other books in between my series. So, yeah. I'll be reading something else in between to cleanse my palate. However, we do know Onyx Storm, the third book in the Empyrean series, the Fourth Wing series, will be releasing January 21st, I believe is the date. When that book comes out, all other books will be dropped so I can read that one. I will not wait to finish a book to get to that one. And then I anticipate I will devour it quickly within a couple of days. I just love me some dragons. I love me some dragons. So the premise of this book, it's basically, I know a lot of other people who have read it and very much enjoyed it. So basically it's a young girl in New York who stumbles upon what seems to be a statue or something, and her and her friend make a video of it, post it on YouTube, and they become overnight phenomenons. So, I mean, if you know the history of Vlogbrothers, you know that they were here at, like, the dawn of YouTube and one of the first bigger channels. I mean, Hank and John founded VidCon, and then they sold it. So they don't run it anymore, but they ran it for the first number of years. But, so I think in a way it's a little bit autobiographical, but not directly. I think Hank has personal experiences dealing with internet stardom and fame, especially on social media, YouTube, TikTok, all of that kind of stuff. So I think he drew upon that for this. My problem is April. She just seems like she's the manic pixie dream girl. I'm too cool for this. I'm not like other girls. I don't even use social media. And she's just had, I'm on chapter 5. I finished the first 4 chapters, and the number of times she has emphasized that is annoying to me. And I might be feeling a little snarky today. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why I keep going on. Because like I said, I'm going to finish the book so I can get to the sequel. Because that's what I do with gifts. Once I am given something, it is mine. I don't re-gift it. Even though I know in here the giftor would not mind. Addie, I purchased for myself from Costco. So, this one I have no qualms about parting ways with. But yeah, like I said, comment Addie if you're interested in trying this book and you don't have it. Let me know if you've read this one and you enjoyed it. It's kind of more science fiction, more sci-fi than the fantasy I've been reading. And that's okay. Sometimes I like a little genre shift, you know what I mean? Okay, I am going to let you go. I still need to try to finish up the spotlight stuff so I can draw that winner. I mean, come on, guys. November and December. Maybe I need to just reevaluate doing it at all. But no, it is a fun time. I love it. I love it. I just need to get my ducks in a row. I need to be better organized, especially knowing these 2 months. Because I really hate making you guys wait. I really don't like doing it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I am going to talk to you all later. I would love to know what... I keep going. It's the Midwesternest of Midwestern goodbyes. I'd love to know what you guys are working on, what you're excited about, what are your, your holidays are coming up, what are your traditions that you're looking forward to, what books are you reading that you're loving. Tell me it all. I love it. I love to hear it all. Yeah. Okay, I love you guys. I will talk to you guys later.